We can get started. So I have a little bit of a process that I would like everyone to take into consideration. If you have started working on your social media content for the month or for the quarter, there's a good chance that you've already accomplished some of the things on the list. So I'm actually going to put them in the chat as I talk about them. First thing that you're going to want to do is make sure that you either have like something to track what you're going to be creating. So what I usually recommend is printing out calendars, like just blank calendars, and I'll share my screen and show you what I use. You can literally just find them in Canva or you can Google them. So you're gonna want to have like something that you're actively tracking on your calendar. Hi, Kara. Hi, Katie.
Hey there.
Hello. So you are going to want to print out calendars. And if you want me to send some PDFs to you, I can definitely do that. Just put your email in the chat box. Or you can have a piece of paper out if that works better for you, or if you don't have like a printer on hand to print that out. And I would just write January, February, and March on there so that you can just kind of figure out what topics you want to be working off of. So first thing is to have either calendars or a piece of paper. That would work if I type that. Dedicating your months that you're going to be working on. So we're going to be working on January today. Again, if you want me to send you calendars, blank calendars, put your email in the chat box. Second thing you're going to want to do is decide that for your month, what topics you want to cover in your content. So I'm going to share a list of content that I created that we can kind of work off of. So I'm going to share my screen. And what I would like for you to do is pick 3 to 5, depending on how many times per week you want to be posting. Pick that many topics, or if there are other topics that you decided that you want to create content around, that's totally fine too. It doesn't have to be off of this list. Share. Okay. So take a second to kind of look through this. I created topics around just like general real estate, working with sellers, working with buyers, and then you can do things like upcoming holidays, personal posts, utilizing your stories regularly on your social media. I think that stories are the easiest way to kind of stay present without actually posting, because a lot of people will watch them. So take a look at this. And for January, I would write down 3 to 5 to decide how many topics you want, and then write down 3 to 5 topics from this list that you want to create content around. And I'll give you guys a minute to decide. Hi, Jenna.
Hi there. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Sorry, I just realized I was trying to get on the wrong meeting link.
Oh, that's okay. No worries. What we're doing is we're going to be creating social media content for January. And if you want to kind of schedule it out for Q1, that's great, but we'll focus primarily on just January today. So what I have up shared on my screen is a list of social media topics that we can create content around. Just like general real estate information, working with buyers, working with sellers, and other things that you can create content around. So I'm having everyone pick 3 to 5 topics, depending on how many times per week they want to post. And writing those down, making that list of what topics you want to use for the month of January.
Okay, thank you. You said 3 topics from like any category?
Yep. So, and if you want to post like Monday through Friday, I would pick 5 topics. If you want to post like 3 days a week, I would pick 3 topics. Just depending on how present you want to be on your social media.
Okay. Thank you.
Hmm? Does anyone have any questions about any of the topics on here? Or any other ideas that aren't on here that you'd like to share? I'll give you guys another minute. And then with each topic, I would dedicate a day of the week that you want it to be posted. So for example, if you're going to be doing market updates, I would maybe do those on like Monday and do like Monday market update after the previous week and weekend. And so those could be dedicated to Mondays. If you want to do a monthly newsletter, I would have those going out or posted on the first of the month. If you could do like the, obviously holidays, I'm going to change the screen in a second to show like different websites that you can go to for holidays, including like fun holidays. Like I think January has like a National Spaghetti Day, or I don't know, there's like National Give a Hug Day, National Give Back Day, National Dog Day. If there's like certain things that you enjoy that you want to share and just post about just to stay in front of people, those are a great way to do that. And things like National Spaghetti Day, you can always use that to kind of showcase a local business. Say there's like a local Italian restaurant that you really like that has a social media handle that you can share. Maybe plan on like going there between now and then at some point and like ordering your favorite dish, taking a picture of it, posting about it, and sharing it on your story, in hopes that they might share your post on their story as well, which then helps benefit your marketing because you are co-marketing. Seasonal home maintenance, things to do to take care of your house, spring, summer, winter, fall. That would be just like maybe once a quarter, or you could do different tips throughout each quarter. So, if you come up with like even 12 tips, things that you can do just to kind of maintain your home, you can keep that going through the entire quarter. Account for your sales numbers and your closings. So maybe Fridays you can post your most recent closings that you have, or your new listings, or you could do those on the days when you get them. Giveaways and raffling prizes off are a great way to build your database by getting people to follow and sign up. And to sign up, they have to provide their name, phone number, and email so that you can put them into your database. Tips for sellers on how to get their home ready to show. And do like 1 tip per week. So does anyone have any questions about any of these topics? Or like what this is supposed to look like in general with dedicating a topic for a day each week? Cool. Love it. So there are a couple different websites that you can visit. Hold on one second. I need to reshare. Hi, Leah. Okay. So if you just go to your web browser and you Google like fun holidays in January, there are a ton of things that come up. Usually I use calendar, but it's spelled a little bit differently. It's ends with a DARR.com rather than how it's normally spelled. For some reason, that website's not working today, so I'm wondering if there's just kind of a glitch in the site. But so I just Googled fun holidays in 2022. And so you'll see like a ton of different options in terms of links that you can look on for like fun days to just randomly throw in there and create something fun for. So go figure, the first is National Hangover Day. I think that's funny. And you can see, yeah, this isn't working for me for some reason. So you can go to like blank calendar pages, holiday insights. I was just on this one. So the month, National Blood Donor Month, National Braille Literacy Month, Hot Tea Month, Soup Month. You could do National Soup Month and then every Thursday post a soup recipe. People love that stuff. And try to provide, like, keep in mind that a lot of the content that you're going to be using, try to post something that people will find value in, because they're going to notice it more if it's something that makes them stop and like read it or screenshot it or whatever. Like for soup month, you could do like easy crock pot recipes or like easy Instapot recipes and do it once a week with like 4 different soups for the month. That's super easy to do. So what I would do is kind of go through these also, and I can just slowly like go through, or if you want to pull it up on your browser and write down just a couple that like resonate with you. If you don't want to use these, totally fine, totally up to you. Like the 4th is National Spaghetti Day, Trivia Day. If there's like a local place that you go for trivia, you can showcase their business that they have trivia night on Tuesdays at 5. Houseplant Appreciation Day for people that love plants. Great. There's a ton of fun days on here. So I would just pick like a few that you like, maybe one a week, or like one topic that you can do multiple things for. If you pick like 4 things like the soup, you can do that. And then also I usually take a look at the actual real holidays for the month also and create a post for those. So this is why it's really helpful to have kind of a bird's eye view of a calendar for the month rather than just writing it down on a piece of paper, because then you can see week by week what your social media content is going to look like for that week. So I would recommend going on websites like these. Do you guys feel comfortable kind of going, moving on to Canva? And we can go over how to create a post and how to kind of like mass create a post. And then I'm going to have you guys working on that for a little bit. So you will need a Canva account. If you want to use Canva, you don't have to pay for the upgraded version. There is a free version that you're able to use. In the event that you prefer to use this, you can also use Command Designs. There are a lot of templates in there. A lot of them are guided to like KW specifically. So if you're wanting something where you can have a little bit more flexibility in terms of your creativity and like control over what that looks like, I find using Canva to be way, way easier. So what you would do is you would log in, and up at the top, it has different types of formats or like different things that you can create. So you can create like a story template. You can create a different story, like Instagram story. I'm assuming this would be like for Facebook. I think they're pretty much the same size because they're just like formatted to be that size on your phone. I usually do Instagram post. And so this is like a 1080 by 1080. This fits perfectly like into like size wise into like an Instagram post. So I would start with a blank template. And then on the left-hand side, it's going to have recommendations of different formats that you can use and then customize. So it doesn't matter like what these look like right now. If you like the color scheme, if you like the fonts, if you like where the pictures are at, you can pick it and then customize it to yourself. So for example, let's go through. Let's say you would like to do a like this or that post. Like, do you prefer a modern bathroom or like either mid-century or farmhouse, right? You can do pretty much any kind of thing you want. When I look for content, you can change all of this on here. And so I'm just going to do like an example one. So let's say I want to do, I'm just going to put like whatever you want to call it. Great. Doesn't have to be anything specific, just however you see fit. When you click on something, you can just press delete if you don't want it there. And then let's say we do like design edition. And then when you want to change photos on here, you just go to photos and let's say modern bathroom. And like that. That's cute. And then we could say like farmhouse bathroom. Find pictures that you like. That's a little too farmhouse. That's not actual. Jeez. Okay. Let's do pink bathroom. And then what I would do is to like duplicate anything on here. All you have to do is highlight it. And then in these three buttons, there's like a duplicate button. So what I would do is move this and then you can either put like your information on the bottom. I usually just use my hashtag. And then I'll make this smaller. You can change the size, the font, the color of the font, italicize it, bold it, everything up here. And there are a ton of fonts on here as well. Anything with the crown on the side, those are for the upgraded version. Anything that doesn't, which there's a lot of them, are in the free version. So I'm just going to change this color to black. Do size 30, bring this over, and then put my hashtag down underneath the picture. But again, if you want to put like, and so then I would create the first template of how you want it to be and say I want to do this on Tuesdays, right? Up at the top right here, there's a duplicate page. It will literally duplicate your entire creation, your entire design. So what I'm going to do is make 3 copies of it. And I'm going to use this same format, but then I'm going to title this one week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4. And then that way, they're all going to have the same general design, and I don't have to start from scratch in creating all the same stuff. And if you want to change some of the colors, great. You can. But then you can go through and say week 2, I want to do kitchens. And then literally all you have to do is just change the pictures. Super, super easy. So let's say, okay, I don't like any of these. Modern kitchens. Do you prefer more of a rustic look or like a super clean modern look? Which I don't really like that picture, but you guys get the gist. So then go through and create all 4 of them at the same time so that you have them. And then when you're done creating those 4, take your second topic and then create the next 4. And you can do the same thing with like holidays. I use the same templates and I literally change the background and I'll just type in like, okay, so January. And I'll pick like a picture that I like and just put like, hello January, or welcome January, or just January, or whatever you want to write for that. But the intention is to simplify the process for you so that you're not waking up every day being like, I totally forgot to post social media last week, and this is just time consuming trying to figure out what to post and how to design it. But if you do this at the beginning of the month, how long did this actually take me to potentially create 4 posts of the same topic that I can schedule out? Not a lot of time, right? Like at all. Super, super easy and efficient in terms of your time. So from there, does anyone have any questions about like Canva in general or how to use anything on here?
Hey, Casey, it's Keitsa.
Hi.
Do you just do this for Instagram? Like, I know how to use Canva, but are you just making these to be posted on Instagram, or you can post them wherever you want?
You can post them wherever you want, and you can post them on Facebook also, and I'll show you guys. So if you have a Facebook business page, you can schedule out your posts that will post on your Facebook business page and also link to your Instagram business page.
Also, I would say, because I do that a lot, I in Canva, I still click Instagram to go to Facebook and Instagram, because Instagram photos are formatted differently, but they still fit on Facebook. Whereas the reverse, Facebook posts are a little bit too big for Instagram. So if you're going to do it that way, I would say choose Instagram posts in Canva.
And that's a good point. I always use Instagram post size, the 1080 by 1080, because it's like a pretty streamlined format size wise, other than for stories. So like if you post it on your Instagram page and then share it to your story, it's still going to look like a box as opposed to being the whole page. So if you want to create anything like that that is specifically for a story, I would use the story format size when you're creating it.
Do you know if there's a way to search, like when you apply the filters, is there a way that you can search for just the free ones?
I don't know. Let me see, like under edit image, let's see here. I think do you mean like actual filters or like filtering fonts and stuff?
Just like whenever I'm searching for like a this or that template or something like that, I was trying to figure out how do I just filter so that they're just showing me the ones that are free, not the pro, but the free version where you don't have to pay.
Uh,
Because when I searched for this or that, I didn't really bring up a
So
whole lot
I
of free
didn't,
ones.
I didn't use like a this or that template. I just created this and then I,
Oh, you did?
mhm. So I
Okay.
actually used this, which is pro, but like a lot of these are pro. Like this isn't pro. So you could easily use something like this
Okay.
and then just like change it from Christmas. You can change the font so it doesn't look like holiday like. And you can take all of these extra things out also. But if you like a format like this, you can just use something like that, take the bow out and then just like change the pictures. And then I would
Okay.
change the where it says Christmas to like this or that.
Do you know in general how to search for the free ones? Because on mine, I'm just looking at the templates, like almost all of them say pro.
Yeah, a lot of them do. I think you just kind of have to hover over them. I'm not entirely sure. Let's see.
And some of them don't even say.
The ones that don't, when you hover over them, the ones they'll either say free or pro in the bottom right corner of it. Let's see. If you type in free, a lot of them I think will pop up that are free.
Okay. Okay, good to know.
Casey, can't
Thank
you
you.
use the little filter thing, like the sorting thing in the search bar there to say only? I thought that there was something.
It's not
Maybe I think it shows up when you're not
like in one.
in a premium member, like since you already have like the pro. I don't think that we're seeing it, but
That
I
makes
think that there is like a little toggle that you can press that will show you only free images.
Yeah, Jenna, are you in there right now?
Yeah, I'm in there on my computer right now, and yeah, I do see the filter, but as far as filters for me, it only allows me to choose like what color it is and what language it's in, and that's
Okay.
the only filter options that I see in mine.
Me too. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely look into that and see if there's a way to filter free.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And then, so say, for example, you want to do some kind of, let's say you do a buyer tip Tuesday, something along those lines, but you're like, what kind of content am I going to actually post for buyer tip Tuesday? My best recommendation would be to either Google like home buying tips and you'll get a ton of results, or Pinterest is also a really, really great way to find those things. So I'm going to log into my Pinterest real quick just so I can kind of show you guys, if you haven't used it before, how to use it. Also, don't mind the excessive picture of nails on here.
So Casey, are you creating that post and you're done with it? Or are you creating it and you're going to keep going so that you can do the scheduling all at one time?
Yep. So I would keep going and create all 4 at the same time.
Okay.
And then I would take your second topic and do the same thing.
Okay. So you're doing each topic at a time.
Mm-hmm.
You can schedule what day you put them on.
You'll be able to. Yep.
Oh, okay.
So that was like, that's pretty much like why I find using a printout of the calendar or like a list of what you want to do for the month helpful, because then you can see what days you want to post what when you're going through and scheduling everything. Does that make sense?
Yes.
When you say scheduling,
Mhm.
are you actually going to the app and scheduling them, or are you just on your calendar, you're scheduling them?
Nope, I'm actually scheduling all of them ahead of time on the app.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
And then that way, they're all done for the entire month once you do it. So it might take you an hour or two to get all of your designs done and put them into your, like, say you're going to use your Facebook business page to schedule for it to be syndicated to both Instagram and your Facebook business page. But you're taking 2 hours out of the beginning of your month, and then you don't have to worry about it the whole rest of your month. The only things that you'll probably have to like update as you go through are if you're doing like a market update, because those numbers are going to change weekly. And if you have any like closings, open houses, things that are like now happening that you can't really plan ahead of time for. But it's not a bad idea to have a template that you use. So like I'll show you what I generally do for like my sales when I have like a new listing. I have everything kind of streamlined in terms of what it looks like for my posts. And then I go in and I update the city and the picture. And then I just post it real quick on my Instagram. But so for real quick, so for topics like home buying tips, all you do, like go to like Pinterest and type it in. First time home buyer, read these 17 tips now. Great. Red flags when buying a home. Great. 9 tips for buying your dream home. Great. Like, and it's okay to like search things like this first for like inspiration ideas for what you want that content to look like. And then that way you can kind of guide like that topic for the month based on these articles that you find. So like 30 questions before buying a house. You could literally have this going on for like 7 months if you wanted to. And then in the actual post, so like the picture itself, like the content itself or graphic doesn't have to have all of your information in it. It's okay to have like a graphic that says like home buying tip. You know, make sure you talk to a tip 1, make sure you talk to a lender and get pre-approved before looking for your new home. And then in the body of your post, you can explain it a little bit more in detail and say, what are the top 3 reasons why it's important to talk to a lender before starting to look for a house? 1, you know your budget. 2, you know how much money you're going to need to save for your down payment. And if you need to work on your credit at all before you're ready. 3, whatever, you can keep going. But all of these topics, that's why it's important to like make sure you have resources also for these topics so you can explain them a little bit more. You can even look in Google. Home buying tips. Can you guys still see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So preparing to buy tips. It's literally right on here on Google. Start saving early, decide how much you can afford, check and strengthen your credit, explore mortgage options, research first-time homebuyer assistance programs, compare mortgage rates and fees, get a pre-approval letter, choose a real estate agent. But you don't have to do posts that are like super in-depth in terms of information. If you want to and you feel comfortable doing that, great. If you want to do something that's just a little bit more graphic in terms of like what you're posting and not so much like description heavy, you can do that. It's not a big deal. As the whole point is that you're out there, right? The whole point is people are seeing you as a local real estate agent that they can trust. So from there, there's a few different apps. Once you have everything saved, I would save it on a folder. Let me go back to Canva real quick. You can save them individually if you'd like to as well. So I would save them as a PNG, which is an image file. And then say you just want to save like the first one is week 1 on your computer. You can just check page 1 and then it'll download straight down into the bottom of your like downloaded files, and then open up your folders and just drag it into your folders. So I would create a folder on your computer that says, social media content. And then I would do a folder inside that says 2022, and then folders inside that per month, and then folders inside that per year or per week. I'm sorry. And then that way you have them just kind of organized based on when you want to post each one of them. So that way, when you go into like the Later app or your Facebook business page, you know where to go to get your content. And you're not having to kind of sift through a whole bunch of images at the same time. Because if you only have a couple per week, you'll know what's what. So we'll just save this. Keep in mind also, like I focus primarily on just like Instagram. I don't do much on Facebook. I share it to my Facebook page, but I do it the other way around just because I don't post like a ton out anymore, but because most of my stuff is just like kind of now-ish. But let's go to Facebook so we can see how to schedule those out. Does anyone have any questions so far? Let's see here.
Can you only schedule on Facebook or can you schedule on Instagram too?
So if you wanted to schedule on Instagram, there's actually an app that Janice found and used to use. It's called Later with 2 R's. Is that right?
I think it's 1. Wait a
Is it
minute.
1?
I think. Let me see.
Let me pull it up real quick.
It's 1 R.
It is 1. Okay.
Later.com.
So like I personally would probably use Later because I don't use the Facebook business page scheduling often, just because I do it from my Instagram and share to Facebook. But Facebook also has the potential to do that and share back to Instagram. So whatever way you prefer to do it is totally fine. So, all right. And this only works to post it from your Facebook business page to your Instagram business page if they are both business pages. You can't do it from a personal page to a personal page, I don't think. Because you have to be in the business suite, which, hold on, I'm going to share my screen again with you. Okay, so when you go into your page, you're going to go to Manage Page, and on your home page, you're going to go to Business Suite. Okay. And here is where you can post. Go to Calendar, I'm assuming. And you can create posts in here to share. If you want to use something like Later, I'm going to sign up on this right now because I actually don't have an account yet. Create a free account. Sure, start. So here you can schedule 10. So if you want to do like schedule out 2, and then your third post for the week is like your sales updates, which you'll do that day. Okay, how do I get there? Back to account setup. Not now. So then you're going to want to connect, obviously, your Instagram and Facebook page. I'm going to skip that for now. I'll connect my Instagram. So then you'll add your social profiles. Well, I'll go back. Okay. And then if you want to update or add a social profile, so if I wanted to do Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, whatever you want to do. And then you can schedule on here. We'll go back to the calendar. And then if you're not sure how to use it, which I have not used this obviously prior either, you can click on Still Learning. I'm sure it'll give you a tutorial. Drive sales or revenue, grow follower account, increase awareness. And from here, you can create the post. So it'll give you like where you can put the text, media that you want to upload. Get started. Super user friendly. So I can literally go to my downloads, upload it, or go to whatever folder you need to on your computer. Actually, no. Okay. And then it'll say download the app. Okay. So you're going to need to connect your entire thing. So I would recommend going through and making sure that you have this set up, and then same with your business suite if you decide to go that route, but you can do either one. And then other than that, it's really just creating your content. Let me make this bigger. What questions do you guys have? Kara said Color Studio will post on Facebook and Instagram, and it'll cross post for you for free. So Creator Studio is another really good one to use. Thanks, Kara.
Just to clarify, did you say that you schedule yours on Instagram? Because you said the app, you were saying the Instagram app is what you schedule yours on?
Yeah, I just put mine, you can't schedule through the app. You can create a post on the Instagram app and save it, and then you can post it later. But you have to manually go in and post it. It doesn't automatically post for you on a certain day or time. So that's where the later app would come into play. You can schedule it ahead of time to get posted on Instagram, on your Instagram grid, without having to go back in and manually post it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And do you usually find that Canva is better used on your phone or your computer?
I prefer it on my computer. I used to prefer it on my phone, but because it's a much smaller screen, I find it way easier to do everything. On the computer.
Oh, okay.
And then that way you can save them on on your computer as well, and then just upload them as you're scheduling it. And it's a lot easier to just kind of type out your content, the actual text that you are putting with the graphic.
Okay.
Awesome. So I would like to take a little bit of time and have everyone kind of start in Canva creating their content, because I would like for this to be somewhat of a workshop. So I'll give you guys a little bit of time, and if you have questions as you're doing that, I am here as a resource for you. And if you need to share your screen, or if you have any questions about actual content, I'm happy to help you figure out what to put in there. Does anyone need me to put the topics list back up? for social media topics.
So we're going to stick with the topics we pick
Mm-hmm.
entire month.
And you can change it month to month. So we're gonna
Right,
do
right,
it.
right. But pick some, stick with it for the whole month.
Yep.
And then pick other things. Okay.
Yep. And if you have a topic, like if you do your Monday market update or whatever day you want to do it, that's something that can like continue indefinitely. That doesn't have to stop after like 1 month or 2 months. That could be something that you just have incorporated into your social media calendar regularly. Same with like when you have a closed property and you post a sold post, or if you have a new listing, like those things are obviously going to be staples in your social media. Those things though are not necessarily going to be able to be scheduled out just because the numbers change, and like you might not know exactly when your listing is going to be going on the market. So creating a post for it, you can create, if you have the pictures and stuff for it, you can create it ahead of time and then just post it when it goes live. I'll go back and show you guys like my social media posts in terms of what I do for like my templates for like under contract, sold, new listings, that kind of thing, just so you can kind of see what I mean by that. So when I go in and create like a new, and I'll change it like, I don't know, every month, every other month. And a really good way to get inspiration too for like different ideas and things is just looking at other people's pages, like other real estate agents' pages. I would not recommend copying their designs because people may end up seeing it. But in terms of concepts and ideas for like topics, it's not a bad idea to scroll through other real estate agents' like content and see if there's something that you might be able to use topic wise. So I have this one as my new one for this year. And I did the same thing where I just like created the first version of it, how I like it. And then I just duplicated it 4 times. So I have one for just listed. And what I do is I'll just change the picture out here and in the back. And then I'll just change the city. And then I download it and post it. But then when I duplicated it, I created one for under contract. I created one for pending, and then I created one for sold. And I had them vary a little bit by using different filters for the background picture. So like this one's black and white. This one's a little bit more of like a yellow hue. This one's a little bit more like vibrant. But just switch it up like a little bit so that it is consistent in terms of what the design looks like and it's recognizable for your brand. But super easy to like duplicate it when you need to. And if after a couple months you decide that you are just like sick of this design and you want to do something different, you can go in and do the same exact thing and create like a new template and just start using those. And that's totally okay. And then I usually like stuff like posting on the first of the month, whether it be like some kind of like newsletter or market update, or I usually do like Hello January kind of thing. Holidays, I always put a post out on holidays. And even like holidays, you can literally create every single holiday post for the entire year if you want to. And just change like the font and the background picture and the verbiage on it and just have them all ready to go and just create duplicates. And that's the biggest thing that I want to drive home is that like you don't have to create a completely different template or like graphic every single time you make a social media content. It makes it way, way easier when you just duplicate a template and then change them appropriately. And it saves you a lot of time. Same with scheduling them out. Does anyone have any questions about like creating a Facebook business page or an Instagram business page or anything like that? So you have them?
I do. So do you recommend those like over using your personal page?
It really depends on what your goal is. So I don't think there's a way to schedule out on your personal page and connect it to your Instagram business page if you're wanting to schedule them out. So if you're wanting to post everything on your personal page, you can. You'll just have to post it whenever like the topic comes up or like each day. And you can have everything ready to post and just do it in the morning if that's how you want to do it. It's just a little bit more user friendly if you're able to take some time just to schedule them all out so you don't have to do it every day.
Okay.
But I think it's definitely beneficial to use a Facebook business page. And if you're going to want to run ads with Command, you're going to need a Facebook business page to link it to anyways.
Okay.
What other questions do we have? Thoughts, concerns? Is this helpful in scheduling and content creation?
It is.
Okay, thanks, Denise.
Yes, it is.
Do you guys need help with any type of content, like gathering content, ideas, anything like that?
What kind of stuff do you put in your like market update, like houses for sale, how many sold, how many, like stuff like that for certain areas?
Yeah,
Go
so
ahead.
I would pick like a city or a county and do that.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And I would probably gear it towards like areas that you want to work so that when people see it and they live there or want to be there, you are like the local market expert for that specific area. So you could do things like average price point, average days on market, list price to sold priced percentage or ratio, like homes are selling at 110%, you know, of the list price. How many homes are actively on the market or how many new listings came up, how many pending, how many houses sold in the last week, how long they're on the market until they go under contract. There's a million things you could put on there. All right. What else? What else, guys? If there's nothing else, I'll let you go. We have about 3 minutes left until 1.
I have a quick question, unrelated kind of, but if anybody has any tips, like I'm having this thing happen where my computer, I have a Mac, and it's blocking like all kinds of sites, including Command that I normally use, and I don't know why. I'm using Google Chrome, but it's really causing a problem for me.
I would assume that that's probably in your like security settings, because many times, especially if you did like an update on your computer, it may have adjusted your security settings to like block pop-ups and stuff.
Yeah. You mean security on the computer or on Chrome itself?
On the computer.
Okay.
I think there might be a link though up at the top. So if at the top of the browser on the top right hand side under your tabs, there's the 3 vertical buttons.
Okay.
Click on that and then click settings.
Wait a minute. I think I'm on the wrong thing. You mean on the very top strip of the computer?
Like on your browser, like on Google Chrome browser.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's 3 little dots, you mean?
hmm
Okay.
So click on those
Settings.
and then settings.
Okay.
And then on the left-hand side, it should say privacy and security.
Yeah, privacy and security, got it.
And then I would imagine, okay, so under site settings, that's where it says like location, camera, pop-ups, more. You can kind of control it from there.
Yeah.
And then if you scroll down to the content section, you can do pop-ups and redirects. So like default behavior, it might be on like don't allow sites to send pop-ups or use redirects. You'll probably want to allow them to send pop-ups and redirects so that if it needs to redirect you to another screen that it allows it to. Or you can add specific, like certain, when pop-ups come up, sometimes it'll ask you if you want to allow, and then you have to press yes.
Okay.
But I would
Okay.
start with playing with that.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Awesome. Well, I hope you guys found this to be helpful in terms of scheduling. If you have any questions about, you know, getting things into like your Canva or ideas or what things are supposed to look like, feel free to let me know. I'm happy to chat through it with you. And yeah, and I'll send out also the list of social media topics. I'll post that into our Facebook group for our office. And then that way, if you want to take a look at that at any point, you'll have that too. I hope you guys have a really great day.
Thank you, Casie.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Take care.
You too. Bye.